YouTube, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in this video, we are talking to you guys about a triple double threat build, a Jokic build, as you guys have seen from the title and the thumbnail of this video. Man, I'm excited to get this build out to y'all because a buddy of mine, obviously, like quite a few people in the Discord and the community, always, I always feel appreciated for the amount of effort and the amount of time I spend into the builder when, even my homies and some people try to get my opinion on builds and such, and come to me when it's like, hey, can you do like a little template for me to go off of for a build of this person. And a buddy of mine literally was like, hey, do you mind working on a Jokic build? And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it right now because I'm bored. It was like after work, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna work on it. So I did, and it was phenomenal. I really enjoyed how the build came out, and it came out as a triple double threat. So I might as well just make a video on it. So because this is a Jokic type build, we are a 6'11 center, 284 pounds with a 7'3 wingspan. And what's really, really great about the 7'3 wingspan, and I'm going to talk about all this stuff pretty much out of order from what I usually do. So it's going to be a little bit different of a video. But what's really, really great is that I get to keep an 83 3-point rating with the 7'3 wingspan, as well as, being able to get up to a 73 steal. So in that case, I literally get the silver interceptor badge and my bronze limitless range at the same time, which is really, really good. So I'm able to get both at the same time at this height, weight, and wingspan settings. So that's really, really good. But of course, with the Jokic build, I wanted to make sure I had really, really good playmaking here. So obviously I went based on, most of his stats when it comes to the roster version of him. So obviously he has super high playmaking, some high pass accuracy and all that stuff. And, obviously because he's able to get triple doubles all the time, I wanted to make sure that he can get some rebounds. And then obviously, he can like shoot a little bit and score pretty much. So I went based on his actual attributes on the roster list for pretty much like his scoring abilities. And he's got like a 75 driving dunk or something like that. Really good standing, really good post, pretty good driving layup and close shot. I mean, obviously he's got like really, really high ratings and all these, so I can't get as high of ratings for everything here. Same thing with like the 3-point rating. He's got like an 85-3 with like an 87-88 mid range as well. So it's going to be like a little bit different where I'm not able to get that high of attributes and such, but he's also got like a low block rating with a really decent steal rating, as well as getting like a 60 or 61 perimeter defense, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But obviously, you have the ability to get to like a 62 right here for that movable enforcer. Obviously he doesn't have like insane interior defense. He's got pretty good interior defense, but I went with the 82 here because that's what you get on silver post lock. And then he's got really decent rebounding. Obviously I went with the 92 defensive rebound and an 80 offensive rebound because obviously like the 80 offensive rebound is just fine. And then obviously gave him the 91 strength for him to get brick wall on gold. So you have some potential everywhere else to be able to get those badges upgraded with specific caps, but you're not able to really utilize a lot of caps here. So specifically the block rating I will talk about here, we did get a 68 block rating for the sake of getting high flying denier. It's not like you're going to get, way too many stops or getting like a ton of stops. Now, obviously, if 2K actually, updates the game properly and they make the proper changes, maybe interior defense will actually be consistent along with the actual person's interior defensive rating and all that stuff, because people with low defense ratings are still getting stops for some reason and able to drop people's green windows down tremendously, even, just because they're there. They're not even taking, the actual defense ratings and attributes into consideration, especially in the paint. And that's just really, really a bummer because that just means that people with, low defense can still get stops, even when like as much as like other people with, high defense. And it's just kind of annoying, especially in the park. So yeah, so We do have a 68 block rating. Hopefully we don't need to necessarily update this build in the future to get a 74 just for us to be able to get some stops in the paint, because we're hoping that with the 82 interior defense and a 68 block rating should be enough for us to be able to get stops in the paint, because we're not going to get a 74 block rating with caps. Your cap breakers are not going to allow you to do that. Obviously, if you get to like a 69 or a 70 on your block rating, then you'll be able to caps. You only get a +1 on your caps, and I will show the caps at the end of the video as well, as they usually do. But the 68 block rating will not give you a 74 block rating with caps. So there you have it. But with everything else, let's just talk about it in order now. Obviously with the 87 close shot, 80 driving layup, the 70 driving dunk, the 81 standing dunk, and the 87 post control is really, really good. I definitely believe there is potential for you to be able to utilize finishing as your specialization here. Obviously it would make sense to do playmaking, but because of the specific cap breaker potential and stuff, like, I don't really think it's necessary to get the cap breakers on you know, your ball handling. You're not going to get ankle assassin. You can get handles for days, but I don't think you're going to get too many, you know, over the top or crazy animations here. You can get some pretty decent cap breakers. Just in general, though, I just don't think it's 100% necessary, because you're not able to get lightning launch. So with lightning launch not really being a factor, as you can see, we only get up to a 56 speed ball. So with lightning launch not being a factor, I don't really think there's a point in upgrading your speed ball with caps anymore. So it's like all your cap breakers would be used in ball handling and pass accuracy. And your pass accuracy isn't really giving you much. It's only giving you +1s. So it's not like you can get straight up to a 99 pass accuracy with a 92 using the caps. So that's just a little bit of a bummer. But if you do take into consideration you know, the max +1s and the max +2s and all that stuff, then yes, it could you know, be a good idea to do so. But at the same time, you could obviously use some extra non-specific tiered max +1s and +2s for finishing as well, considering that you do have a lot of your badges being tier 1, a lot of your good badges being tier 1. So obviously having like 2 specific, you know, non you know, tier specific +1s and +2, so that would be really, really good, because then you can utilize it on your post up poet and, you know, post fade phenom or anything else like that, because really just in general you're going to still be able to use caps on finishing regardless. It's not like it's going to matter. It's not like you know, anything is going to change. But you just have like some opportunities of using finishing specialization just to round out the build a little bit more, just to make it to where you can get even more cap breakers to use for your finishing. Because like I said, I don't really think there's too much to use in terms of playmaking, because I think everything is fine how it is, considering that if you were to go over here to you know, you'd be able to get like strong handle on silver at most, I would believe, because I do believe like a 77 is gold if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. But regardless, I don't really think it's going to be necessary, because I don't really think you're going to be dribbling too much. You can use like your post control. Getting that upgraded a little bit more would actually be really, really solid. Getting post up poet a little bit higher would be really good. Getting hook specialist, maybe, because Jokic go-to has a hook shot. I don't know if that actually you know, makes sense, or if that's how that works. But you also have post fade phenom on gold. You have post powerhouse on gold as well, which I do like post powerhouse, and I would rather get that upgraded as much as possible as well. It's just going to be very, very difficult to do, because you would need 4 caps specifically for your string, because you only have +1s there. So yeah, just a lot of like interesting things here for finishing that you can utilize. So nothing else really too crazy. But the shooting 85 mid range is really, really good, and because of our wingspan, all that stuff, you're not able to get to the 90 mid range in order to get post fade phenom on Hall of Fame. So that's another opportunity of you utilizing a +2 to get to legend on a badge or something like that, if you really wanted to. shifty shooter on bronze, set shot on silver, deadeye also on silver. You could utilize a +1 or a +2 on any of these if you really wanted to, but I don't think it's necessary. You do have limitless range on bronze. Pretty solid stuff there. 84 free throw. Pretty solid. And then now when it comes to the playmaking though, like I already mentioned, you can utilize some really good potential on these. I mean, obviously you just need a 1 cap breaker to get to Hall of Fame break starter. You can use 2 cap breakers to get the bailout on gold, and then you can use 3 to get that versatile visionary on Hall of Fame as well. But if you only use 1 cap breaker just for the sake of, getting break starter Hall of Fame, then you can literally use a +2 on, any of your badges. So obviously +2 specifically on versatile visionary as your tier 1, getting to legend because you're not going to the 95 pass accuracy. And then you can use a +1 because you have that 1 extra point in getting that Hall of Fame break starter. And then you can utilize legend break starter. But then also you do have the ability of having obviously break starter, versatile visionary. You can use a +1 on dimer as well because it is a tier 2. So then there you have that. That's going to be your 2 +1s if you were to use the regular ones and not any from specialization. Then you can use that to get legend dimer. So then you have 3 practical like legend badges without really having to use specialization right there. So that's really good because you're using one of the tier 1 +1s and then one of the tier 1 +2s, and then you also have a tier 2 +1, and then it's just like you can easily do that. But obviously it just comes down to if you want specialization or not, for playmaking, just to utilize that, because then you get like 2 free ones there pretty much. So that would be really good to use the specialization there. Like I said, I don't really think it's necessary, but you can do it that way. Defense though, being really good for post lockdown and all that stuff, being able to get that upgraded would be pretty solid, especially if you can get like a max +2 on it just to get on Hall of Fame post lock would be pretty solid. You have a move 1 forcer, off ball pest on silver. Being able to get that move 1 forcer upgraded could be pretty solid. You have a steal rating, getting interceptor could be pretty good as well. And then the block rating, obviously maybe getting high flying denier upgraded would be pretty solid, but I don't really think it's necessary. Like I said, I just think bronze is okay. Bronze is fine. It's not like you're going to be doing chase downs too much on this build. And then when it comes to our rebounding though, we do have box out beast and rebound chaser, both on gold. You have like an okay amount of caps here. Obviously, you're not gonna have like insane caps where you can get like a +2, +3 like on like multiple ones. It's gonna be +1. So really, if you wanted to, using 4 caps would suffice on this build. So then you get that Hall of Fame rebound chaser, Hall of Fame box out beast as well. So that would that would suffice as well, I would say. But our speed and agility being a 60 and 50 respectively, so we are a little bit slower, a little bit on the slower end, but that's okay, considering that a lot of 7.4s are not going to be as fast unless they have minimum weight. So we'll still be fine. We'll still be fine to keep up with everybody else. And then a 91 strength, as I mentioned before, getting that brick wall on gold, and move 1 force on bronze. You just have like quite a few different potential upgrades here if you really wanted to. Like I mentioned, brick wall would be really solid to get upgraded. Post lockdown would be really good to get upgraded. Strong handle could be potential, just so you're not getting like bumped back every single time that you have the ball, which would be pretty solid. That's really about it for all that though. You do have the opportunity of using cap breakers for vertical, and the cap breakers for vertical would be really good. So then you can ultimately get pogo stick, which would be really good. You could get to posterizer as well using, the cap breakers for vertical and driving dunk. So that's also an opportunity there. Obviously, I don't think you're able to get to a 90 standing dunk if I remember properly. So yeah, so really it's just all about getting pogo stick and posterizer at this point when it comes to the cap breakers for vertical. So that's really about it for that. But I really like this build. I like how the build came out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below for this build, the actual attributes. But as you guys could see, we do have 3 current players: Domantas Sabonis, Domas, and then we have Nikola Jokic, Nikola Vucevic. We have 2 Nikolas here, triple double threat. I definitely do. I like this build. I definitely think it's really solid. We do have the go-to badges being Hall of Fame Dimer, Gold Rebound Chaser, Gold Brick Wall, as well as our pass accuracy being an A, defensive rebound being an A, strength being an A. I definitely do think that this is a really, really solid build. And one great thing about this is that you take a look at the strengths, can launch deep outlet passes with these, strong pursuit defensive rebounds, hard to move inside, knows how to steal and score. The only weakness is allows easy finishes inside. And that's what I talked about before. Hopefully that the interior defense is enough, because usually the interior defense is what causes the contest and all that stuff. And that's usually how you get the contest, is having like high ratings there. But that's going to be pretty much it for that. I'm going to bring the build out, show you guys the cap breakers real quick before we do the outro. So let me go ahead and do that. But let me know what you guys think of this build so far. Let's go to the caps. All right, guys. So here we have the cap breakers. Like I mentioned, for some of the cap breakers, they were going to be pretty iffy. Like I said, especially for like the standing dunk, I knew you weren't going to be able to get to like the 90 on the standing dunk. You weren't going to get too much for your defensive rebound, your strength, your block rating, and your interior defense. You weren't going to get a whole lot for that, but you do have some opportunities for like perimeter defense if you really wanted to. You're not able to get anything out of it because it's only a +6 here, so you only get to like a 68. So you're not really going to get anything from it, so there's like really no point. But down here, you do have like the vertical being +3s, and then a +2 here. So that would be pretty solid. I mean, that's like what, a 76 vertical total that you get pretty much with all the cap breakers. So you get like a 76 vert. So if you really wanted to, you can try to get to a 63 vertical. And if you get the same amount here, that would give you the 77 for gold pogo stick if you used all 5 caps, which would be pretty solid for a big man. You get a +12 here for your ball handling, so you can get up to the 72 ball handle, obviously with both caps, which would be, okay. That would be pretty solid. I don't think it's 100% necessary, but, the option is there, though, because it's only 2 caps, so it'd be pretty solid here. The +1s for pass accuracy, as already mentioned. You have +1 for mid-range if you really wanted to do that. But you have like a +3 for post control as well. So you need a +3 and a +2 in order to get to like a 92 post control, which I believe the 92 is what is, or no, is it in 96? I forget what it is required for that. But obviously, I mean, just in general though, you do have a plus. You can get up to a 96 post control. So if you wanted to use all 5 caps for post control, then you are guaranteed to have a really high, at least gold on your unpluckable. You would have gold unpluckable guaranteed. Some really good ratings there. You get a +4 right here, +3, +3, +3, +3. So you practically have what, like +16 here, so you can get to like an 86 driving dunk. Now if you were to get like a 71 driving dunk and have like the same thing here and get to like an 87 with all the caps, which gives you the contact dunks if you have like the vertical for it, which you more than likely won't, or no, you will have the contact dunks for it. You'll have like at least a 75. So yeah, I mean, yeah, go for it. Yeah, definitely like there's like some options here, man. Mess around with the build and everything, like maybe get to like a 71, 72 driving dunk, see if you can get to the 87 driving dunk with the caps. Same thing with like the vertical, get into like a 63 or 64, see if you can get to the 77 or gold pogo stick. Yeah, there's like a lot of potential here now that I'm actually like thinking more in depth on it and everything like that. Same thing with like the ball handling being really good for a strong handle and all that stuff. yeah, man, I'm definitely seeing the potential with the cap breakers here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure to leave a like on this video if you guys enjoyed. That's going to be it for me. I'll see you all on the next one. Later, everybody.